Hey guys, what's up? This is White Boy for the win, and welcome back to Y Mega Evolve. Now today is Wednesday, and when it comes to Wednesdays, it's the Y Mega Evolve video's own special day where I pretty much talk about Pokemon that I've done in the past. Now, throughout the years, ever since I started to do this series, I've done quite a few Pokemon, pretty much like I said, from when I started this video and to this present day. And I have a handful, maybe a little bit more, of videos that people just come back, whether if they're just a long-term viewer or they're just brand new to the channel, they saw some of my recent work and they came back, subscribed, and looked throughout my older videos that I've done in the past, because I've been doing this series, I believe, for roughly around 2.5, close to 3 years already. I can't exactly remember like the date when I started this, but I know I've been doing this series for a while, hence like me having over 150 plus videos of this series. And like I said, I do have a handful of Pokemon that I've already done as a Y Mega Evolve video, and people still actually viewing that video, commenting on the video, liking the video, and so on and so forth. I actually seen people starting a conversation in one of the videos, like one of my handful of videos that people actually do come back on. And one of the Pokemon videos that I've done in the past that, like I said, people still come by and still talk about as well is Haxorus. Now, I've done a Mega Haxorus video in the past, and I've been really wanting to re-talk about this Pokemon because it's one of my favorite 5th gen Pokemon, just because I love the design on it. For some reason, it just reminds me of like a samurai dragon salamander type of Pokemon, and like it's just one of those Pokemon where you look at like you glance at it at first when you never seen the Pokemon before, you turn and you glance at it and you're like, I love that Pokemon. And that's what Haxorus was for me. So like I said, I wanted to re-talk about this Pokemon because it is one of my favorite 5th gen Pokemon. And also, I know that a lot of people, or I won't say a lot of people, but there are a few people who don't necessarily agree with what I've done to the Haxorus that I've done in this original video, because there's some stuff that the people don't agree with its stat change or like its design. I had a lot of people comment on that video saying, oh, the design that you use is not like the most realistic or idyllic picture of a Mega Haxorus. And I mean, obviously yes, because all the pictures that I use are fan-made. I don't understand why people don't understand that. Like I said, they are fan-made pictures. I have no idea who drew them, and once again, I know I'm probably going to be getting comments in this video or just like a lot of my videos, but I didn't want to address it now. I said this in the past. Now, I would give credit to the people who drew these, but it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I can't, because there's going to be some people who probably, for instance, comment on this video and say, hey, I drew that picture, you should give me credit. Now, how am I going to know that you are the original creator? You can just pretty much Photoshop your name onto that picture, or you could just pretty much see this person actually draw this on like a live stream or something like that, and you just send me the pictures and I'm supposed to believe you. So it's not like it's like I said, it's not that I don't want to give credit where credit is due. Obviously, if I had the opportunity, I would, but I need solid proof that this is yours, not just saying you are the original creator. But like I said, if you see any of these pictures that these people have drew, let me know, and if they contact me, I will put their link in the description. But once again, I want to re-talk about Mega Haxorus because, like I said, a lot of people, I don't want to say a lot of people, but there are some people who don't necessarily agree with the stat changes, and also I would say like the design, typing, and I'm pretty sure its ability as well. So there are I would say it's 80-20, 80 people actually liking the video, and 20% of people just disliking it just because they don't agree with most of the things. So I wanted to redo it. So as you can tell from what I've done to Mega Haxorus' stats, I did increase everything besides its special attack, because for the main reason, Haxorus isn't a special attacker, nor will it ever be a special attacker, considering that its special attack is at base 60, and I feel like in giving it some point of increase for its special attack will kind of be useless, I would say, because obviously Haxorus is a physical attack. It gets access to Dragon Dance, it gets access to Outrage, Earthquake, Poison Jab. I mean, it does get access to some special moves that can actually benefit from it, but it's not that it gets access to a lot, because I'm looking through its move pool right now on Cerebi. I mean, the best thing I see that this thing gets access to is Focus Blast, Grass Knot, and Hidden Power, Dragon Pulse. Like, those are like the best moves that this thing is going to get special wise. So there's no reason for me to actually increase it, nor did I feel like I want to decrease it, because its stats are somewhat balanced. So there's really, like I said, no reason for me to actually increase or decrease it to actually add on to other stuff. So that's why I left the special attack alone. Now for its physical attack, I increased it from base 147 to 177. Now when I first originally made the Haxorus video, and I know this like clearly for whatever reason, I didn't increase Haxorus's physical attack, because at the time when I made Haxorus's video, I was still, I would say, kind of new to the series, or I didn't really know what I was talking about sometimes. And I didn't increase it just because I was like, it gets access to Dragon Dance, this is going to be too OP. But I wanted to increase it this time around, because now that I've done so many of these videos, I know what the hell I'm talking about, and I feel like Haxorus' physical attack should just get increased as well. So like I was saying, I increased it to 177. I wanted to give it a good chunk of like the base 100 stats that a normal Mega gets into its physical attack, because like I said, it's a physical attacker. This thing hits very hard. Now a lot of people are probably not going to necessarily agree with it, just because I would probably say that if you pull off a Dragon Dance, there's no way this thing is probably going to get one shot unless you carry a Pokemon with like Ice Shard or something like that, because its defenses, I would say, are not really piss poor, but they're like low enough to the point where at least like Ice Shard will do enough damage to either knock out Haxorus, or if you use a move that actually doesn't have 100% accuracy, there is a chance to miss. You miss, your opponent goes for like Ice Beam or something like that, or Ice Punch, whatever the case may be, and it still can knock it out. But once again, with Haxorus being a physical attacker, I knew that I had to increase its physical attack at least probably like 20 points, but I decided to increase it by like 30 points, and I feel like base 177 for a Pokemon like Haxorus is, I would say, very balanced. Now for both of its defenses, I increased it from base 90 to base 105, and its special defense from base 70 to base 105. Now I wanted its defenses to be exactly the same at base 105. Now I feel like base 105 is a very good defensive stat for a Haxorus for both physical defense and special defense, because the one thing that kind of makes Haxorus kind of, I wouldn't say bad, because if I'm not mistaken, Haxorus was like the like top 3, I would say, OU Pokemon back in Black and White. Now I believe this thing is like in the UU tier, or somewhere between UU and OU. I can't exactly remember. I haven't used Haxorus since the Black and White days, but Haxorus is very, very frail. I mean, this thing could probably die within like one Ice Shard or something like that, like I was saying earlier. So like, I want to make its defenses at least even, that way it'll have even, like, what's the one I'm looking for? Evenly lose HP. I can't think of what I wanted to say. Like, it's pissing me off. So like, what I want to say, it won't come out because I can't really say it into words, but nonetheless, its defenses, I wanted to like have them the exact same, that way one won't be weaker than the other. I think that's kind of what I'm trying to say, is that one's not going to be weaker than the other. And if you want to run, like, I would say, if you're ballsy enough to run like an Impish nature or a Careful nature, then you can. Just that it's going to be completely, I wouldn't say useless, but it's not going to be good. I mean, most of the time, if you're going to run like a Haxorus, or a Mega Haxorus in this fact, you're probably going to be running an Adamant nature or a Jolly nature most of the time when it comes to Haxorus itself. So like I said, I wanted to have its defenses equally at base 105. That way its defenses will be equal, take pretty much roughly around the same like damage output that it will receive from both physical and special type Pokemon. But once again, even though it is at base 105, Haxorus is still going to be very, very frail. So it's not that increasing it to base 105 is going to like change the metagame for this Pokemon. Like, it will be better, but I will probably still consider this thing a glass cannon. But at least its defenses are not going to be as bad, so to speak, when it comes to like its special defense, and obviously its physical defense being a base 90 without the Mega Evolution. But like I said, I want to make them even, that way take pretty much the same base damage input, I would say. yeah, so I think that's what I was trying to explain. So that's what I've done to its defenses, and last but not least, for its speed, I increased it from base 97 to base 117. Now Haxorus already, like I said, gets access to Dragon Dance, so I wanted to make this thing at least fast enough to the point where it will outspeed a lot of things. You can actually get off a Dragon Dance, because the one thing that I kind of am fearing for Haxorus is that, like I said, it's still going to be considered, I would say, frail, because like an Ice Beam will take this out like no problem. Like I think even coming from like a, I don't know, a dugong or something like that will most likely knock this thing out, just because it's so frail. So I want to make this thing somewhat fast to the point where it can set up a Dragon Dance, or to the point where it doesn't really need to set up a Dragon Dance. All you gotta do is just send out brute force against this and go with like Outrage, Earthquake. What else does this thing get? Aqua Tail, Low Kick. Like pretty much what Haxorus does is pretty much go out and brute force and physical attack. So for its speed, like I said, I feel like I want to increase it just a little bit to base 117. That way it can potentially outspeed your opponent. And also, I know this thing gets access to Swords Dance, so if you don't necessarily want to run like Dragon Dance, and Swords Dance is your next best option, because I know Swords Dance will give you a +2 rather than a +1 between like Dragon Dance and Swords Dance. Now, as a regular Haxorus, its base stats at 540, and with the Mega Evolution is going to be at 640. Now, for its ability, I decided to give this thing multi-scale. Now, there's a reason why I've given this thing multi-scale, and for one of many reasons. One, its defenses, like I said, are still going to be considered Glass Cannon at base 105, and this will give you a perfect opportunity to either set up a Dragon Dance or a Swords Dance or whatever like setup move you want to go with. If I'm not mistaken, this thing does get access to Bulk Up. Let me check actually. No, it does not get access to Bulk Up, but it does get access to Hone's Claws. Now, if this thing gets access to Bulk Up, that would be pretty much OP if I do say so myself. But like I said, looking at Haxorus, for me, like, it looks like a Samurai Dragon Salamander type of dragon Pokemon, and as you can tell, it does have like big ass armor scales, I would say, on it without the Mega Evolution. And I feel like giving a multi-scale for a Mega Evolution would actually be very, very, I would say, OP, because like I said, it's still going to be considered a Glass Cannon, and with this thing having multi-scale, you can set up a Dragon Dance and then pretty much just go on a like ballistic, like offensive, physical attacking, outraging Haxorus thing. I don't know what I don't even know where I was going with that, but once again, I feel like multi-scale will make this thing a lot better. It'd be a lot more bulkier first turn, or should I say, with it having full HP. And I feel like this thing will be an amazing Pokemon if this thing gets multi-scale in the stats that I've given it. And for its typing, I left it alone as Dragon. Now, for my original video, if I'm not mistaken, I made this thing part Steel. I mean, the only Steel move that it gets from looking at its move pool is like Iron Tail. I don't see that this thing gets access to Iron Head. No, looking at it, it only gets access to Iron Tail from both Egg Move and or Move Tutor. So making this thing part Steel wouldn't really make sense. If this thing would have gotten access to like Iron Head, then I most likely would have made this thing part Steel once again. But I would say in the last video I've done with this with Mega Haxorus was probably like a spur of the moment, but I decided to leave it as Dragon just because I feel like Dragon is just the best typing for it. So with that, there is Mega Haxorus. So anyways, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. I know this video was a little bit longer, but I had to get some of that stuff out there at the beginning of the video. But once again, if you guys enjoyed today's video, then I highly encourage you guys to go and check out my original Haxorus video, which will be in the description box down below. When it comes to Wednesday's video, I always put the previous Pokemon video that I've done in the past in the comment section, or in the description box down below, excuse me. So like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, and also don't forget to comment and subscribe. So this is White Boy for the win, and I'll catch you guys later.